Bienvenidos amigos, welcome to Inktober, day 9 I think we're up to. Probably should have looked that up before I hit record. Today I wanted to do something a little simple. I had not a whole lot of time and I left it pretty late in the day. But I was thinking about the character of Vault Boy from the Fallout series. And I thought I was really just going to do one of the Vault Boy images, one of your standard perk pictures. For those of you who don't know, in the game Fallout, the game series Fallout, there is a little mascot called the Vault Boy, which is this 1950s Cold War era inspired little character who does lots of horrible little things like getting drunk and stabbing people in the back and shooting people and such, but does it in such a way as to be cute and adorable, to represent different level ups and different abilities you get in the game itself. And he's called the Vault Boy, and I thought that sounded very superhero-ish, so I thought for a little fun take on it, I would do a superhero version of the Vault Boy based on Captain America and his shield. And the character design itself is simple enough. It's very, like, the whole 1950s character design was actually based on simplicity. I've done papers on this actually. The way it worked was after the era of Disney realism and Looney Tunes fluidity in the 1940s and the 1930s, because all those old Disney and Warner Brothers cartoons actually used to be, well, they were not made for TV, they were made for cinema. The way it works, the more I think about explaining this, the more it's like, oh, there's more levels to this. Alright, originally, when you went to the movies, you... not when you went to the movies, when you... think about what you're saying, Ray. When studios would sell movies to theaters, because that's the way it used to work back in the day, you couldn't buy movies by themselves. What you had to do was you had to buy packages. And in those packages, you would get the latest movies, but you would also get animated shorts, which is why you used to get cartoons before the major movies. It was a profitable business, and you couldn't buy anything by itself. And because of that, they were able to really pour lots and lots of money into cartoons. And it was a great moneymaker, but unfortunately, when that system came to an end, so did the era of those kinds of cartoons, which is why there hasn't been any Looney Tunes cartoons quite in that style since the 40s, because it's not the same media landscape anymore. And so while they wanted to continue animation production into the 50s, in the post-war era, they found that it was just not profitable to keep producing the illusion of life, as Disney called it, stuff that was intricate and detailed and smooth. It didn't make financial sense anymore. So they changed the whole paradigm of animation production, and character design was heavily simplified for animation, which is why you get things like Hanna-Barbera and the Flintstones, who have this very signature look, which was born a little bit out of stylistic choices, but mostly out of financial necessity, because they needed to produce it quickly, they needed to produce it cheaply, it all needed to be on time. It was called the limited animation style, and this is why you get very simple, but at the same time very iconic character designs, because when you keep something simple, it actually can have quite a lot of impact. I mean, everyone knows the design of Fred Flintstone or George Jetson or any of those other very simplified character designs. It's because simplicity works, it sticks in the mind, and it's impactful. And obviously this is reflected in the Vault Boy's design itself. I've always loved that animation style. You see it reflected today in shows like the Powerpuff Girls, Samurai Jack, a lot of the cartoons, even down to things like Adventure Time. You know, it's all an echo or an evolution of what started out of financial necessity. There's a whole thing you can look at with the evolution as influenced by graphic design of the time. Plastics were just becoming a big thing, and so it was actually translated into a lot of character designs. They wanted bold, simple colors like a lot of the plastic products at the time. It's a very fascinating subject, and there's a book called Cartoon Modern that I highly recommend if you're interested in this subject to check out. It's got a lot of great examples, and it's very informative. I love it personally. And even if you look at a lot of the stuff that Disney is doing today with stuff like Wreck-It Ralph, the character designs are once again influenced by this. This stuff is still around, and it's never going to go away. I have not talked at all about the sketch here today. There were a few little issues, some streaking, unfortunately, which is a bit of a pain. But in the end, I think my little superhero is adorable. Give him a nice thick outline there to really make it. I'm really liking doing that with a lot of these character designs, the simpler ones. You know, a nice thick outline really helps to make it jump out at you. You know, there's a little issue here when I was using the ruler. I got a lot of streaking on the Vault Boy logo that I tried to do. You can see it a little bit there. Apart from the streaking, apart from the ink running a little bit, I love this. I think this looks adorable. He looks cute, and he looks ready to save the post-nuclear world. What little of it is left to save. I'm sure he would make a great character for his own game. Maybe one where you've got super strength, or you can fly, or some kind of... I'm sure there's Fallout mods out there which do something similar. But anyway, there he is. There is the mighty Vault Boy, defender of whatever is left after... whatever is left in the wasteland. So, let me know what you think, and I will see you tomorrow.